After 12 years of traveling the world together, and more recently with our son, we are now facing our biggest challenge as a couple. Hang out with us while we update you on our property search in Europe, talk about why we might have to sell our beloved camper van, and reveal the biggest challenge we have ever had to face.
Hey guys, we have a lot to update you on this video, but as we've most recently been looking at property in Sweden, we thought we'd address that first and then go on to our bigger challenges.
We have just got back from a few weeks over in Sweden where we actually ended up bidding on a property out there.
Considering never been there before,
safe to say we enjoyed Sweden.
We offered up all of our life savings to the Swedish gods, which they rejected us, luckily, I think, because it would have been quite stressful.
If it was meant to be, then it would have happened, and it wasn't meant to be. Over the last couple of years, we've actually been really interested in buying property in Portugal. Sweden was just a new thing. As of yet, we've not found the one property in Portugal that has won our hearts, so that hasn't actually gone anywhere just yet. From
the outside, it might look a little bit strange that at one moment we're looking at Portugal and then randomly we're looking at Sweden. And it might just look like this is all pantomime to you guys, but I wish that buying a house worked linearly with YouTube, that like this week we go looking for a house, next week we buy one, next week we live happily ever after. Unfortunately, there's so much going into this, and we do want to be sure, and we're considering every option because we can only live for 6 months in Europe if we buy a place there. There's options like buying one in England.
There's just so many things to take into account, and the last thing we want to do is rush into anything, says her after bidding on a house in Sweden, but that's another thing.
So currently our three major options are: we get a mortgage, we buy somewhere in the UK, we put our money into that, or we get a cheapish property abroad that we can either work on or that we can move into straight away and use it for half of the year, travel for the other half of the year. Or the final option is to remain digital nomads and keep up our nomadic lifestyle, just have a rental house.
Try and save more money to go towards said house for the future.
Or don't get a house, and kind of wealth is the money you don't spend. And if we just sit on our deposit, then we feel like we're financially independent.
Maybe.
So we just want to say, we're sorry.
We haven't bought anything yet, okay? And it doesn't look like it's happening in the immediate future, but stick around because it might happen at some point in the next year or so.
The beans are on the road again. Empty campsite.
That's always a bonus, hey?
Noah.
Noah. Hello. As well as property, another big decision that we have to make is whether or not we need to sell the camper van, which makes me really sad even considering it, because I put so much love into this baby when we were building it out. So it breaks my heart to think we'd have to sell it. So we've come out to the beautiful Somerset countryside to test it out with Noah in tow and see if we can make it work.
We haven't been in this van for about 9 months now, and we've never really been able to make it work with Noah in the first place. We've come up with what we think is a genius solution to basically Noah won't sleep in the bed with us. So I was going to sleep in the roof, which would potentially work, but Noah won't sleep even if it's just with Emma, so we need to have a specific room.
He gets too distracted when he's in bed with us, basically, and he thinks it's playtime instead of sleeping time. But yeah, we've got creative with this one. Not sure how it's going to turn out. Could be going home tonight with our tail between our legs, not quite sure.
Before we do anything, I need to go and run and get that baby. I'm sure you can see in the background he's starting to wander off. So, hey mister. Hey mister. Where are you going? Got ya! Gonna say hi to everyone? Say hello. Hello. I want to quickly talk about mental health and BetterHelp, who are the paid partners of today's video, and why we continue to do paid partnerships with them. I know how hard it is to talk about mental health, especially as a man. Unfortunately, I found out the hard way last year when I suffered extreme burnout. It got so bad that I ended up with physical pain in my chest. I had to go to hospital, was on an ECG because they thought I had signs of a potential heart attack. Turned out it was just physical manifestations of burnout. And within 15 minutes of my first session, I had a huge breakthrough where the therapist pointed out just the way that I was talking about myself was adding hugely to the problem. Since all this, mentally I've been really good, and it's even given me the tools to be able to spot the signs early so that my mental health doesn't go unchecked again. If you are struggling, please don't ignore it. I know it can be really hard to open up to family and friends, and the advice they give might be counterproductive or biased, even if they have your best interest at heart. Therapy lets you talk to an unbiased professional who specialises in what you're going through, and that's why I've chosen to do therapy in the past and why we continue to partner with BetterHelp. Every single one of their therapists is credentialed, has a master's or doctorate degree, and has spent over 3 years and over 1,000 hours working with people just like you. If you go to our link, betterhelp.com/travelbeans, and ask a few questions, BetterHelp will match you up with the therapist best suited to you. Join over 4 million people that have used BetterHelp to start living a happier, healthier life. Visit betterhelp.com/travelbeans or select travelbeans during sign up and get a special discount on your first month. So what do we have here, Emma?
I've gone for a dog bed because the baby one wouldn't have arrived for about 2 months, and this arrived the next day. The baby bed that I saw online was essentially the same as this, but just a bit more padded. So I thought, how different can it be? Maybe I can kind of recreate my own version of it.
Look at Noah.
Are you okay in there?
Let's ship him back to China.
Okay, the other part to the bed that I've gone for is something, it's an inflatable mattress that is supposed to be the perfect length and width to cover the seats and go down to the floor, so it kind of extends the seat to like a wider bed. Okay, so this is what I've blown up as the mattress.
Is that a doggy mattress as well?
No, this is a human mattress.
So that's humanoid. That's dogonoid.
The combo will be fully
Canoid. Sorry.
baby friendly.
It's like having two conversations like old people. I'm saying something completely different to you. So this here is Baby Bean Palace. And hopefully you can't do too much damage. That's also a problem that we have, is that our baby loves to get into a nook and a cranny. You got a nook? He'll be in there. Don't show him your cranny, ladies.
My God.
And men.
Stop.
And
Just stop.
it's starting to come together pretty nicely. I don't know how you do this though. I can't visualize stuff like this at all.
Well, kind of stole the idea.
If this works, this £22 solution could save us thousands over the summer.
What, in terms of saved accommodation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And this is the one I was basing it on. See? So, I mean, it's objectively way nicer than the bodge job version that I've done. What do you think of this? I mean, it's clearly a bit of a bodge. Is it terrible?
I mean, every baby bed is a baby cage, and it's very much a baby cage. But it's like he's testing out, can you get out of the cage? Well, we won't know until bedtime.
Oh my goodness. This could be a disaster. We spent the afternoon enjoying family time and making the most of the beautiful weather before seeing if our makeshift bed for Noah was going to work. Unfortunately, Noah's bedtime didn't go as smoothly as we'd hoped, as he managed to find some weaknesses in the system.
Oh, what's going on back here?
Somebody's won and he's happy about it.
Does that mean he's 1-1? We're going home?
Potentially. We're just gonna see if he'll get so tired out being in bed with me, and then I can maybe try and transfer him to the thing.
One last chance. All the van's redundant.
So sad.
Well, I guess I'll just close you guys in for
Yeah.
Good night, mate. Good night.
Bye bye, Daddy. We're gonna have a little sleep.
Mwah. Gonna give Mummy a kiss?
Ah. We have a sleeping baby. I was so close to throwing in the towel. It's now 9 p.m. It's later than I would have liked him to go to bed. It took 2.5 hours to get him to go to sleep, but he's asleep. I mean, it definitely needs work on it, but as a version 1, it's working.
The bats are everywhere. They're coming extremely close now. Look at them. Behind the scenes, this was not as idyllic as it may be. Look, it probably doesn't look that idyllic having a baby.
There's nothing relaxing about staying up all night with a screaming baby.
He woke up in the night and refused to go back to sleep for many, many hours. We had to seriously consider going back home, but eventually he did go back to sleep in his little designated bed. So I think it kind of officially means that this does work, but
it's hell.
This is shit. It was really, really, really hard. But as far as van life for us goes, at least in the UK, it's kind of hanging by a thread at the moment. And there is no denying that the other forms of travel that we've done with Noah has
more
been
pleasant,
much easier and much better.
Yeah.
So we'll watch this space. Now we've survived this challenge with Noah, and it's time to talk about the biggest challenge that we're facing and we've agreed to face in our whole relationship. This is something that we've struggled with
for years.
I'm 36 now. Last time I feel like I didn't struggle with this was probably when I was about like 18, 19.
Yeah, or at least in my 20s, I think. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, especially after having children, and especially for us, prioritizing video above all else. Like the travel and creating videos has always been like our #1 priority. We've enjoyed it so much over the years. All we want to do is spend more time doing that. But that has meant a lot of other things have been left on the back burner.
Yeah, so we are talking about our health, and over the last 12 years, or the last 9 years of making videos, I've had the pleasure of watching myself get bigger every year.
Yeah, not only older, but bigger. It's been really quite eye-opening.
And it's something that, like, with our own self-talk over the years, it's something individually both of us have struggled with. It's hard to talk about, and I'm embarrassed to talk about it because now we're just saying, like, look, this is something that we feel bad about ourselves, and then in a year's time I'll be even bigger again, and then you can be like, haha, there you go, Alex, that's something you don't like, and I'm sure you feel worse. But like, it's like giving free ammo to these guys.
Exactly, and you know, just in general, like, people might watch this and just be mean. They know now that that's a sensitive topic for us, and so now they're probably just going to use that in the nasty comments.
That's
which
fine, it's fair game.
is something I'm not looking forward to, but there you go.
But having no accountability has got us nowhere. So
Let's
here
have
we
all
are.
the accountability instead.
So we can be publicly shamed like the good old days if we don't do this. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that we have decided that we, more than anything on the planet, need to put ourselves, our health first.
Yes.
Above all else.
I think over the years we've been pretty good at prioritizing mental health, but physical health and mental health together, I feel like need to go hand in hand. and we haven't been going hand in hand with both of those.
And with our life always on the road, we haven't had a good routine.
No.
And without that, we have struggled. So basically, over the summer, we're gonna sort of strip back, and that might mean that there's not as many videos. Hopefully it means there's lots of videos.
Yeah.
But if there's no videos, it means that we're just taking care of our physical health above all else.
It just means that the videos aren't the first priority. Our whole relationship with the camera has been videos first, us second. Then Noah came along, then it's Noah, videos, then us third.
Yeah.
And we just keep getting bumped further down the list, and that just can't happen anymore.
We know if we don't do it now, then we'll never do it. There's never gonna be a right time.
No, I think having a child for me has really amplified this in I want to be around for as long as possible, but I don't just want to be around. I want to be around and be active and be playing an active role in his life for as long as I possibly can, and to be able to travel for as long as we possibly can. So for me, that's the main reason. I want to be able to do more when we travel as well. I'd like to be able to do physical challenges that I just couldn't do at the moment in the future. So fingers crossed this will actually lead to a lot more excitement when it comes to videos, but in the long run.
Also, let me know down in the comments, would you be interested in joining us on this kind of journey? We don't have anything set at the moment.
No.
We're basically just going to move a lot more, and we're going to eat better.
Yeah, it's not going to be like we're on a fad diet or anything like that. It's just going to be very simple, like Alex says, moving more and eating better and eating more real whole foods, and that's kind of it.
But yeah, if people are interested, maybe I'll make something like a Facebook group or something where we can just share motivation to stay on track and some accountability. Hopefully in 3 months' time we'll be in sort of a better shape and sort of have set up a lot of things in place that we can just carry this on seamlessly going on, because this is a lifelong thing. It's not just like, let's get in shape and then I'm done.
Yeah.
I just want to be healthy going forward.
Yeah, healthy, have more energy, and be able to do more.
And maybe to end on a nice little note, one of the reasons and catalysts for this is that we are getting married in a few months. Just drop that. We've been engaged.
We're telling them.
We've been engaged for 9 years, and I've finally decided, despite trying so much, to find someone better. I haven't found her.
Oh my God.
So I can officially say, you'll do.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
That's gonna be my vows.
In front of our closest family members.
Also, just for our future travel plans, if people are interested in what we want to get up to, we're hoping to do a nice range of trips, possibly a little bit of van life, but also a lot of other different things, and just kind of see what fits us at this stage in our lives.
And for those of you who've joined us recently, just so you know, we have a camper van in the US that we keep in storage out there, so that will be part of our van life journey. If you like the video, give us a big fat thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you would like to keep us accountable and see if we keep growing, not only in subscribers.
Watch us grow as people.
Oh my God.
Just, that's it.
That's it. Watch us grow as people by hitting subscribe.
Nothing left to say, but thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time, and
Beans out.